If you are trying to consciously manifest absolutely anything in your life, dream relationship, house, apartment, job, whatever, it could be something big, it could be something small. These same four pillars are extremely important. Hello, my loves. It's Gigi, and welcome back to my channel. We talk all about the law of assumption, mindset, manifestation, and spirituality. So happy to have you here. We're the Journey fam, and we're all about getting exactly what we desire in this lifetime. You do deserve to live the life that you desire. You are worthy of it, and don't you dare let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm not saying that you won't be able to manifest if you don't have all four of these components, but I am saying there will likely be a slowdown or there will likely be issues or it won't maintain itself if one of these four areas is completely not there or not working. Think of it like the four legs of a table. If one of the legs isn't there, it's not going to be functional. So the same thing goes with manifesting something. The first pillar is the most general, but arguably the most important, and that is your belief in the power of your imagination and your mind and your intention and manifestation itself. Have you noticed that when things don't seem to go exactly according to plan, there is this little voice in the back of your mind?
Well, is manifestation just this chance thing? Maybe it's not real. Maybe I've been putting my faith in this thing for so long and it's not even trustworthy.
Notice how you might start to falter and waver. You want to double down on, I have the ability to manifest what I want instantly. I am a master manifester. I believe in the power of my mind. Whatever feels good to you, you can just say these general affirmations repeatedly and also read books straight from the source, Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy. Strengthening your faith will always be helpful to you because the truth is our 3D can be a little bit unpredictable and chaotic at times. And we need to persist no matter what's showing up. When you have that belief in the unconditionally loving higher power of God, then you know you're good no matter what shows up. Let's talk about the second pillar now. The second component is making sure that your general beliefs and stories that you have about this topic are positive and working in your favor. Because let's say you're trying to manifest money. All of those cliche sayings that are often thrown around when you're growing up, like money doesn't grow on trees and money is the root of all evil, and all of those things that seem kind of harmless when you hear them, they're actually really harmful. They have left an imprint on your subconscious one way or another. Even if your parents were really trying to instill positive beliefs in you, chances are you were exposed to a lot of scarcity thinking in society, in friend groups, just by watching the news and seeing what's going on with the economy. You probably absorbed a lot of limited ways of thinking about money that don't necessarily need to be true. And you need to rewrite that script in order to see a new reality and to not self-sabotage when you do start seeing big sums of money coming in. And one of the biggest things I see with clients is that they intellectually understand that those sayings and those mental constructs from the past don't ring true for them anymore, but there are still residual traces of these stories that are lingering that they need to get to the bottom of with, again, affirmations, visualizations, healing that aspect of them, sleeping with positive affirmations to impress their subconscious. I always recommend Dylan James. He has really specific topics so you can drill down and just do it for a month to start where you're sleeping with this in your ear every night. But basically, you want to try to get to the root of what actually is holding you back. Could it be that if you think you have a certain amount of money, that you're not going to be accepted in your family or in your friend group anymore, and that you'll be an outcast if you start having this crazy success and you won't feel like you belong anymore? Because you might say,
Like, yeah, duh, money isn't the root of all evil.
but then deep down, you think that you might change your character and change who you are at your core if you get a certain amount of money. So you're subconsciously blocking yourself from receiving that. You see what I mean? And I'm using money as the example here, but this goes for every area of life. You probably have some stories that run really deep and you just need to excavate those stories, address them, deciding to be a new identity, living from the end of what you really want. This could go for relationships. All relationships fail. Good things never last. Saying, No, not all men are cheaters. Not all women are liars, whatever it is. All of these things that are really not fundamentally true and really harmful. However, they just kind of permeate our subconscious over time. They infiltrate us. And it's our responsibility to not hold these generalized stories that are absolutely false and holding us back. And they never were even ours to begin with. It's really crazy when you think about it, based on where you grew up, the culture, the traditions of your society, the expectations of your family, your school, that all left a very powerful impression on you throughout not just your childhood, but also your adulthood. And until you start questioning what beliefs you adopted, you might have these programs running unconsciously, and that could be what's slowing you down and holding you back. Let's talk about the third pillar. The third key component when you're manifesting something is making sure that the specific way you're looking at the specific thing works in your favor and that you are telling a positive, beneficial story and taking whatever that thing is that you're trying to manifest off the pedestal so that you are not thinking that it's so above you and so out of reach that you can't have it. If you put your SP on a pedestal, but you have a great general conception about men or women or whatever you're into, then you're still going to block yourself from having that specific person because you think,
Oh, I can get any man, woman, whatever I want, but this person is the exception.
that's not going to help you. We need to get to the bottom of that right now. That specific person thinks of us in the highest regard, that they see us in a positive light. We've always had a wonderful dynamic and relationship, whatever sounds good to you. Because remember, everyone is you pushed out. And if you think,
Oh, yeah, they all love me except this person.
then you're doing yourself a major disservice. Let's talk about another example. Let's say you're trying to get a job. You have excelled in every career you have ever pursued. You've always gotten the most compliments from your boss, or you have climbed the corporate ladder like a boss, I don't know, whatever. Or you're a business owner who has always succeeded in every business that you've ever started. However, you have this one business endeavor on a pedestal, and you think that this is the one that's going to be the Mount Everest for you to climb.
It's going to be so hard for you to pursue because it's so different from all the other things you ever went after.
If you were looking at this from the perspective of your I am, God inside of you, then you would not be nervous about the specific opportunity. And you need to remember your power and create specific affirmations to address this, or however you like to restructure your belief. And you need to get really specific in order for the opportunity or the person to show up for you in the way that you want. And finally, our fourth pillar, it's your self-concept. Making sure that you have a pristine general self-concept and specific self-concept in relation to whatever you're trying to manifest, which kind of ties back into number 3, which was your specific conception of that thing, but also it's how you show up in relationships or in careers or business or family, friend dynamics, whatever it is. How do you see yourself in those situations? Make sure that you are viewing yourself as someone who thrives and flourishes, who always figures things out, who has a solution mindset, who has a growth mindset, who is truly blessed and lucky, and things are always working out in your favor, and you're always in the right place at the right time, and you are chosen, and you are a winner, and you need to just be hyping yourself up and having that sacred self-love, which I talk about very often, and I will link above the video that I made on appearance change, but I talked a lot about self-love in that video and how it's really important to love yourself before you change anything about yourself. And so it doesn't matter what you're manifesting. It is really important to make your self-concept a priority. And this is your general self-concept and your specific self-concept. And you know what? I'm going to link above my self-concept video as well. I made an in-depth video all about self-concept and what it is, because it goes beyond self-confidence. It goes beyond just saying, I look good today. It is about how you feel about yourself. Are you happy with who you are? And if you're not fully in love with yourself, that's okay. Start the journey. Everyone has to start somewhere, and start small. Start saying affirmations, start doing the mirror work, start doing the breath work, start doing the EFT, emotional freedom technique, tapping. Start finding ways to regulate and tell yourself that you are worthy. You forgive yourself, you trust yourself, and you deeply love yourself. and just keep repeating that and show up for you. Know that by doing these practices consciously and deciding that you are worthy of a good life, that you are having a positive ripple effect on the world. I want you to deeply understand that you are sacred, whole, complete, and perfect exactly as you are. And I want you to have a really strong relationship with yourself before you try to do anything else. You could have the 3 other pillars perfectly in shape, but if your relationship with yourself is suffering, it's going to show up in your reality. Energy doesn't lie. People pick up on that and they will respect you and they will admire you and they will love you just as much as you are doing the same for yourself. So invest in yourself and take the time every day to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, love yourself, treat yourself with respect and dignity. And once you start living life rooted in self-love, you won't want to go back because life becomes so much more enjoyable and vibrant when you're living this way. And you deserve to live that kind of life. That's all for today's video, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave some stars in the comments if you made it this far. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you had any light bulb moments or if this was just a really helpful reminder for you to make sure you have all 4 pillars intact and in tip-top shape so that you can manifest with ease and grace and feel like it's an enjoyable process instead of feeling like it's an uphill battle. And if you do want to work together, you know how to reach me. My information is in the description. And let me quickly recap these 4 pillars before I end the video. Number 1, make sure you have a strong foundation in your faith and in your belief in manifestation itself and that it will work for you. Number 2, make sure that your general conception about the topic or category that you're trying to manifest in, whether it's relationships or money or whatever, is positive. And number 3, make sure that the specific stories that you're telling about the specific opportunity or person or whatever is favorable for you. And number 4, make sure you have a top tier self-concept, both generally speaking and specifically in relation to the thing that you're trying to manifest. Thank you again for being here and welcome to the journey, fam. If you're new here, I can't wait to make more content for you soon. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.